Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you guys had a nice weekend. And let's get this started. Okay, I still have my audio on, my bad. Okay, so let's just do a little pre-market analysis right before the market open. We have about 10 minutes. And so let me just make this chart real big real quick. So in the overnight session, right at the open on Sunday night, we pushed up. That was great. And then we bounced off of our resistance levels right here. And then ever since that point, around like 12 o'clock, it just started pumping down. And then pretty much in the pre-market, right, everything just pumped down as well since like 7:40. We had a nice little push right down here. We have a support level right around here at 34.98, so that's something to watch out for. We are seeing some high volume pick up right here, so we might get a nice little reversal to the upside, which will be nice. We can try to catch a move. And again, we saw the cumulative delta pretty much just fall right here. So that's a big dip. And we know whenever we take a nice little big dip, we have to push back up before we can continue. Same thing happened here, right? Candle started pushing down. Had to take a little breather, came back up, trapped the buyers, and then sold again. And that's been happening pretty much all through the overnight session. Down, pump up, down, pump up, down. At the moment, the trend is looking to be like it's going to the downside, so we have to be careful. So right now, as we can see, we had that push. We're not making any sellers to step in just at the moment, but that might happen at market open because we only have 5 minutes left. So we just have to sit tight and see what happens, because at market open, what we might do, since the overnight session was just selling off, but the overall trend, right? The overall trend is still bullish. The long-term trend is still bullish. So at market open, we might just be able to rally up and continue the push. So if we switch over to the rally to the upside, what we're going to be looking for is a nice push up at the market open, and then a little pullback, and in that pullback is when we'll look to enter. And I appreciate all the likes, guys. It means a lot. So thank you for that. Harry, I like the 92 to go long. Looking for a short now. 92 to go long. Let's see where 92 is. Yeah, 92 is a good area to go long. We're just trying to see how well it plays out at the moment, because we do have our support level here, as well as we have another support level right around 34.93. So if it, you know, if it breaks below that by a point or a couple ticks, that's a good place to enter, because 92 seems to match up on your charts as well. So that's a good sign. And 92 was a key level from last week, right? So we could see a nice reversal happen right at 92. But at the moment, the mini trend, right, the short-term trend is still short bias, but the long-term trend is still long. Yeah, overall, we could see, I mean, that's what the market does, right? It will channel. You just keep continuously looking. I know this might be confusing, but let me just pull up the algo charts. That way it's nice and neat. Again, remember, this chart is just to understand the volume, our support and resistance lines. And we have our algo chart on the side to get our algo alerts. And this morning, it had a nice alert. So let's take a look, right? Real quick, algo. Again, we had a false signal at 725, but guess what? Per our rules, we trade one tick above, right? So we wouldn't have got filled. We wouldn't have had to worry. So that wouldn't have mattered. But in this, one tick below, broke below, boom, crushed it completely. So if we measure that out, let's see. Total of 7.25 points, and we would have entered one tick below, so 7 points total. And obviously you would have moved your stop up closely and closely after it hit the first take profit and the second take profit. You want to make sure you're at break even. You wouldn't have been risking much. But once it hit the first take profit, just started pulling through. And we got some nice support, sorry, some nice resistance at our take profit levels as well. Happens all the time. They act as key levels. But unfortunately, I don't trade that early in the morning for it, so. But there was some nice moves happening in the pre-market for the short side. Enzo, if you don't mind, can you just send me a screenshot of what you're seeing on the Discord channel? You can just DM me with a screenshot. And I'll see what's happening. There might just be a little setting that you might have to just change, and then everything should be working. Market is open, guys, so we're gonna try to find out to see if we can get that big push up and change that trend. These delta is looking strong at the moment, as we can see. NQ on the left here. NQ's, the delta is trying to push down. ES trying to push up. Remember that today is the last day of the month. Remember that. And so I just looked at your screenshot. Just want to say that you need to switch your chart over to the Heikin-Ashi charts. You'll see the better alerts from there. Guys, NQ and ES are not in sync. Like, look at this. NQ is pushing up, ES pushing down. This is exactly what happened on Friday, so let's be careful today. And remember what we saw on Friday, right? NQ, ES weren't in sync, and what happened? We just entered like a little choppy market without any good entry points, and we didn't take a trade. If that's going to be the case today, we're going to have to wait it out. I might have to sit here for a long time today. Fortunately, today is my day home, so I can kind of relax today. So I have the time to sit at my charts the whole day. So we'll see. We might get a big move towards after lunch session, the way it's looking at the moment, but we never know, right? So let's just wait it out. Like, the biggest thing to pay attention to at the moment, right, is look at the delta. Delta's still in a downtrend. ES trying to push up slowly, even though like the majority is downtrend. It's finally trying to make a, you know, a higher high with the delta. Sorry, lower highs. And we're getting that little bounce off of our support level. I think, but at the next support, because this support level, I'm not liking it too much, but the next one, that's where I might try to get long. Because even in like Friday's market, right? That's where price chopped around the most, so we might get a nice reversal there. But at this point, Delta is just pushing down, so we don't want to get that reversal right there. NQ is also getting weaker. It bounced off the 200 EMA, couldn't really hit that resistance level. So sellers are pretty much just stepping in today. And obviously my algo alert already went off, so I couldn't have taken that trade. It went off early morning. Enzo, I hope you were able to get that fixed. Just change the chart to Heikin-Ashi chart and you should see all the alerts properly. Let's see. We had a real nice bounce off of that support level. If we got in, that would have been 4 points. But we have to be careful. That delta bar, very strong. So we might continue a sell-off today. $920, $725. Let me pull up my chart. Let's see. In my chart, we had 740. So I don't know why you. Let me see. Because this is the way it looks on my chart, right? You guys can see ticker symbol, just use ES1. explanation point. It's the continuous contract, so you don't have to choose a specific rollover. You don't have to roll anything over. This is just to view everything because everything's combined. Look into the 5-minute charts, and then make sure you have Heikinashi on, and you should see this alert, Enzo. Because my alert was around 7:40. ES has an alert at 7:25. I don't know how. Yeah, 7:25 was this one. Are you getting delayed data by any chance? Like, are you seeing the exact live screen that we have on your screen as well? And you didn't change any of the other settings, right? Being delayed 10 minutes shouldn't have. Yeah, that shouldn't have an issue. You should still see this. Okay, that's something you have to, let's see. That is strange. Yeah, so this is the 5-minute Heikinashi charts. You guys can see right here, it'll say Heikinashi. Here it'll say 5 minutes. Yes. So it should pop up exactly the same for you guys as well. Yeah, and so please send me a full screenshot of your screen. That way I can see if there's any settings you changed or anything. Because nobody else had that issue. ES getting a nice little pump. Let's see how far it can push up. NQ obviously bouncing off the 200 EMA. It's not breaking through our resistance level at 1240. If we can break above delta, that might be a good sign. Or maybe we can push up today, but at the moment, it will be just being standstill. Because these are all high wick candles at the moment. Especially NQ, right? Okay. And so I just got your screenshot, so I'm just gonna explain it verbally here for you real quick. That's because you're looking at the MES charts. So the MES charts have a different data. It's not gonna be exactly like the ES, right? It's gonna have a little bit of a difference, and then in that bit between difference, that's why you saw a different alert and you never got that sell alert on the MES. So if you're looking at the ES, like if you type in the ticker symbol ES1 explanation point, you should see the same alert that I have. Because the MES, the data is different. The way, like, even though it's pretty much mimicking the ES, there is a slight difference between the two of them. So that's why you might get different alerts on both of them, right? So if you were trading, if you gladly to trade the MES, but look at the ES charts for the alerts and then enter MES, because it's going to be the same thing essentially, just where the price is different, but you'll be able to identify what's happening. So if you want to test it out on your chart, just type in the ticker ES1 explanation point, and you should see all the alerts again that match up with the Discord as well. Because the way they calculate the MES is just slightly different, and that tweaks like some of the results. But you still get like most of the same alerts, but there's gonna be some plays where it's not gonna calculate properly. Here, I'll just pull up my screen, then that'll make it easier for you. So you can see ES1 explanation point. So what ES1 essentially is, so if you just type in ES, right, you'll get this little drop down. And then ES1 explanation point is just the E-mini S&P futures continuous with the current contract. So instead of having to click the September 2020, December 2020, and rolling that over, when you're doing your analysis on TradingView, you can just have the current contract every time with all the previous data. So always looking at this will be much better for you. So you just click ES1, explanation point. You'll have this chart that I'm looking at. Same thing with the NQ. Always have the continuous current contract. Guys, the sellers are getting a bit weaker on the ES, so let's see. NQ is trying to break through. Same thing on the ES. Delta broke slightly above. Let's see if we can hold it. Yeah, Tesla making that big push. There's gonna be a lot of people after the stock split that started. Yeah, and so if you type that ticker in, and you'll see the ES at the right at the top right, it says E-mini S&P futures. There's gonna be a little drop down arrow next to it, that little triangle. Hit that triangle and the rest of them will pop down, and it should be right there. Got it? Perfect, man. Not seeing any good moves for the NQ at the moment either. ES, same thing. Again, we're right in that high volume area, so we might just see some buffering going on for a little bit. Again, this is our first candle, so our first 15 minutes, right? We still haven't broken through that. So the minute we can break through that, that's when we might get a nice move. Let's just draw it out so that you guys can see. 930, so 935, 940, perfect. So if it breaks above or below, we might be able to see a continuation in that direction. And for these breakout plays, I might just do one contract because obviously the market's just been a bit weird lately. And the breakouts haven't been working properly, so I want to reduce my risk for the moment. I'll wait for a proper algo alert to come. That's when I'll make my points. Enzo, I'm really happy to hear that, man. Like, that's why I'm here, to help people, make sure that they learn, because I know there's a lot of people out there, man, just scamming people, and it annoys me. That's like the whole reason why I created that course too. It took me a while, man. Even though the course is only like 5.5 hours, so it's just still a long time to create. That took a very long time. It's like, I know people are like charging people like $1,000, $2,000 just for the course, and I was like, why? Like, all that information is out there, and I was like, I already know this information, so let me just put this information into video content and just make it free for people. So whenever it helps people out, I'm super happy to hear that. Because in my opinion, after, going to college, paying, taking those student loans out and everything, I just always felt like, education should be free. Yeah, man, whenever you have time, check it out. You might get some really good insight from it. A lot of people have come back to me and said that they liked it. It was my first time ever creating a course, so it didn't have my face in them because I didn't have the camera at that moment, because I was like, I didn't know I needed one. But then ever since I decided to do YouTube live streaming, got the camera set up and everything. But when I created the course, it was just me screen recording, made a full PowerPoint, and just me talking and explaining what everything is. But now that I have everything else set up for YouTube, I might start making some YouTube videos about trading psychology, risk management, as well as like habits that you need to make sure you have. That way you don't like over trade or get into the wrong positions. Are you a video editor, man? If you are, I'm more than happy to work together, man. I love meeting new people, making new friends. It's like the whole video side of stuff, not the best thing. That's why I'm just like trying to figure it out step by step. But yeah, and if you guys ever have like a specific topic that you guys are struggling with or just want to understand more about, I'm more than happy to create a video on it. Just leave me a DM and just say, hey, like, could you make a video about this and so? Like, if that's something I'm very like know a lot about, then I have no problem. But I'm never gonna be one of those guys that just speaks to speak just so I can get views or whatever. If I know it, I'll share it. If I don't know it, I'll literally tell you guys, hey, I'm not the expert in that, so I'm not going to give you advice on something I'm not an expert at. Oh, dude, that's dope. Trust me, I understand being a one-man show, man. Like, because everything I'm trying to do, like build the website for the Algo, like figure everything out. Everything's just been me sitting at my desk all day and just like grinding it out. So I know that feeling. So I'm glad that you're on the same boat. Like, you understand. I'm happy. Yeah, man, if you're a marketer, then we might be able to work something out. Because marketing isn't my strongest suit, it's more technical stuff. And then, yeah. So we might get a little breakout right here. Let's just drop it down here. I'm okay with getting into that. Let's just 1 second. Let me just check the dome real quick. Kind of flirting with it right there. Again, this is a higher risk play, but I'm seeing the NQ get weaker as well. So just doing one contract at the moment to test the breakout, but we'll just go for 2 points. Just right now, that would be a nice double top formation. Yeah, Facebook and YouTube marketing, I don't know too much about, so I think I'll reach out to you one day and then we can talk about it if you're open to that. Websites, I kind of just built it on using the Shopify portal. I think Shopify is like their website integration, like building it out was very simple for me. I'll send you a link in your DM just so that you can check it out and tell me what you think about it to get your opinion, since you are a website builder. So you probably have more idea of what I need and what I don't need. Told you guys, this morning range, the first 15 minutes becomes a key factor. Like we saw, like right now, just touched it, bounced off. Now it's trying to push back up. NQ doing the same thing, pushing back up. But it's still in that little box that we drew, right? I wonder if there's a way to edit this box. Oh, no. There we go. That's much better. So pretty much in here is our no trade zone. So this is our chop zone. Essentially, we're going to be bouncing back and forth. We're not going to be entering any trades until we break out of the top or the bottom. Delta is pushing up, but that's interesting to see. I don't like this color. Okay. Maybe they're purple. Let's see. Okay, now let's just zoom in again. So right now, this blue box that you guys see is our no trade zone. We're not going to be trading anywhere in between that. We're not going to enter any trades. We're waiting for a nice little breakout of either side, because this is the morning range. Price is struggling at the moment. But if we're able to sell short, I'm more confident in that because, one, that's the trend that's been happening for a little while now, right? Two, based on our support and resistance levels, it has enough room to give us that 2 points, say if it breaks out, because our next support level is around 34.9350. So going for the 2-point play in between has more confidence. But again, we have to see if it can break out first. And being the end of the month, it's kind of annoying. Yeah, NQ hitting that resistance point, ES hitting that support point perfectly. Remember this orange line, it was our support line. Bounced off perfectly, bounced off again, bounced off the third time, finally pushing up a little bit. So we'll see what happens because we still have the high volume nodes right here. That's always something we have to pay attention to. And again, if none of our setups come to us, we have no trades. That's just it. Like, you have to understand, like, we're here for the long term. Because I'd rather not trade and have 0 losses than trade and then have a big loss. Because I know when I first started streaming, the first couple of days, I started like taking a bit more trades. I think that was just like a psychological effect on me because like I knew people were watching. But now that I got over that barrier, went back to my pure way of trading, just waiting it out, waiting for my setups to come to me, not me chasing just because I was on YouTube or anything. So I'm glad I was able to get over that hump. And now I'm going to see if we can push through. Let's see if we can get that nice flush. Let's see, we might get it.
Stop filled.
We got filled right there. Let's see how well it behaves right now. Some strong buyers stepping in. Gonna just make my stop right above that high volume node, just so we can get that push. Think I need to give it some breathing room at the moment. NQ bouncing off of that, so let's see. And NQ is the delta shifted already, so ES might follow. I mean, we can see the dome. Orders are picking up. I was waiting for that clean flush move where it just rips through completely, but that didn't happen. And that's what happens with the breakout play. Sometimes it just break it a little bit, comes back. You have to give it some room, and then it can continue its move. Now we're just gonna watch how strong and weak the buyers and sellers are, just to see. But if I see a weakness, then I might just have to cut my position short. This might be working against us at the moment. But still, undecisive candle, so we can hold a little bit. But NQ is getting a bit stronger. We might have just... Let's see, can we come push back down? Let's see. Delta still pushing higher. NQ pushing higher. Quick decision time. Quick decision. Let's see. Can we make a double top right there? I would like to see a double top. If not, then I might just have to close it. Nope. Let's see.
Stop filled.
Our stop got filled. This worked against us. Couldn't make that clean breakout. That's okay. NQ on the 1 minute charts is kind of pushing up now, so with that play we kind of just got hit with some bad luck. Because normally how the breakout ranges work, right, is once it breaks out of that morning range, normally what happens is it just pushes right through, like immediately, like either side. But being that everything's been so choppy for like the past couple of days in the mornings, we got hit. So it happens. But we can get it back. We can potentially go off of a nice bounce play off of one of our levels. See, that was just like a little bad luck. It broke out, but we just need to, I guess, give him some more room. But now it's starting to push down again. It happens. We can't let ourselves get beat up over it, because yeah, but NQ on the 1 minute is trying to make some moves to the upside slowly, but again, it's been hitting that same resistance point, just jumping back and forth between it, as you guys can see, right? We had our resistance level right here, just kept bouncing back and forth, back and forth. See, this is the issue when markets aren't in sync. NQ obviously trying to push, ES obviously trying to go to the short side. It's like nobody can make a decision, and that's why we're looking for that breakout play, and we might be able to get in again, but let's see. But NQ is definitely trying to slowly nudge higher, just a little bit every time. Yeah, today my loss is pretty much just from entering too fast. But again, we were waiting for that clean flush today. It wasn't that type of day, and took us right out. But what are you gonna do? But now it's like coming back down. We could easily take it now closer to break even, but it happens. And if any of you guys were taking trades in between this zone, be very careful. Gonna be chopping back and forth. And let me know, guys, did you guys get in any trades this morning, or you guys have just been waiting this morning? Let me know. How's your morning going? My morning at the moment, small loss, around 200, just because I tried to get that breakout. Didn't work out. I was looking for the continuation of that downtrend, but NQ is trying to take charge at the moment, so NQ is taking the lead today. Yeah, you could look to go short, but we kind of just have to wait at the moment. Nice origin code. I'm glad you got a profit, man. Yeah, I'm waiting too just to see because like obviously we NQ had its nice reversal. Let me see. I think I have to go much further back to understand the delta, right? Kind of just bottomed out here and had its nice push up. So we're gonna see. Because we're still in this range for the ES at least, right? NQ, obviously, first 15 minutes, that range broke right through. Just trying to create to the upside. ES, if we went long at this support level, yeah, we would have made some quick points. But today it did feel like more short bias. That's why I didn't want to get in. Trying to stay with the trend. But this might be the point where the trend reverses, right? Yeah, ES is making a big battle at the moment. I agree with you on that. Just have to see what's gonna happen, man. Like at this point, like it's bouncing off of our support level, which is great. So let's see how strong we can hold it because it's still in that morning range, right? So that's the one key factor that we have to pay attention to. Let me go check out some of the market profile levels. Let's see if they got hit today. Delta is getting stronger. Let's see. Why isn't my chart loading for the market profile? This is so weird. Yeah, we're still short bias at the moment. On the ES at least. NQ not following that trend. NQ just popping right off of our resistance level. Could have made quick 10 points on that. Like went right from 58 all the way down to like 44, 39. That was like a 20 points right there on the NQ. Man, some pretty struggling markets at the moment. Yeah, super choppy. Like I said, it's gonna be bouncing back and forth. Let's take a look at Tesla. Yeah, I mean for stocks, I just simply play off the algo alerts only. So yeah, it is pushing up, and obviously the stock split news is gonna bring a lot of like the newer investors in as well, just because it's cheaper. They'll be like, oh, I can get a piece of a big company for a low price. So that market psychology is there. So we might see like an influx of buyers just stepping in. But again, the market condition overall, not the strongest, but we are trying to push up. Tech stocks obviously doing good, so NQ is going to be doing well with that. Yes, let's see. Are we finally going to get that break? These Tesla's up about 5% today. Apple's up 2.8%. Yes, man. Yeah, in that morning range, hit it, bounce right back down. Let's see, can we break out of that morning range? Push up. His NQ's been pushing up. kind of just waiting and waiting and waiting. That's the real truth about trading, right? 90% of the time you're just waiting, and then you place your one trade, you take your profit, and then you're done. But 90% is just patience and just waiting. Oh man. The thing, like when you first start out, if you take a loss, you always want to get it right back, and that's like the wrong mentality. And you have to just wait till the move comes to you, then enter, then you can get more in return. But if you just try to revenge trade, you know it'll burn you. Just about waiting, man. I'm telling you, that morning range. See how price just bounced right off of it. I drew this beforehand. Yeah, man, it happens. We all take setbacks. Like the first week and 2 weeks when I first started doing the live streams, that's when I had my setback. It's like I was over trading just to have some trades out there, but then I realized that that's not me. That's not the way I trade. So that's why I started to go back. That's why I took that little break off and had to do a nice little revision of myself. And now I'm back to it where it's like just following my simple rules, just waiting for those plays to come. And once they do, we'll get our profits in. But you have to remember that August has been a really weird month. For a lot of futures traders, August hasn't really been the best month for them. And that's the thing about trading, right? Sometimes you can literally have a whole bad month. It's not just about having a bad day. Sometimes you can have a whole bad month, but then the other 11 months you can be great. So if you're 11 for 12, that's still good. That's why I always tell people, just focus on the bigger picture. Yeah, if you're doing NQ for a quick 2-3 points, you can get in and out like that with NQ. If you're swinging NQ, that's a bit more risky. You can swing, if you're swinging the futures, I highly suggest you can swing trade the MES, because very controlled, slower markets at least than the NQ, and you can swing trade those pretty well. But if you're trading regular ES or NQ contracts, then you should not be swing trading it unless you have more than enough money to play with. Swing trade stocks, yeah, go for it, because I suggest that, because that's what I do as well, and I can just hold them out. They take their little time, get my profit, and then wait for the next one. ES, completely different story, different rules. ES coming down yet again. So this is a perfect example that I can show you about trading in the short-term time frame with the ES and identifying the chop, right? Essentially, we had our nice big sell-off. We caught that alert. We could have been done for the day. That would have been a nice 7 points. But do you see Tesla becoming like a FANG stock, or you think Tesla is too much hype? I think to become a FANG stock, it's gonna take some time. You have to understand, they're still like, they have a long way to go before they're like well established, right? So once they start pushing out more tech and everything, that's when you can do something. But again, let me just go back to the charts real quick because this is important. Again, we're getting that sell alert on the ES right at the moment, but the thing we have to be careful about is we have been in that morning range, right? Like I said before, morning range, we're chopping back and forth. We don't want to enter trades in a choppy market. Yeah, sometimes this might just push through, might be a big move, but it might just go choppy back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So me personally, I would have just sit this one out, because if it's in the chop, like we see right here, right, all these nice big wick candles, to me personally, it's not the best move. So if you know it's not the best move, then why would we trade it? So that's just something to be careful about. Like, even though it broke below it, maybe if it can pull back up and then come down, then I could reconsider it, because that means sellers are staying in control. But at the moment, we are still in that morning range. Let me just draw it out on this one then. Let's see. This is our morning range, right? And we have been just chopping around since then. So I don't care if the alert crossed it by a tick and that fits my entry, because like, if we're chopping around, why would you want to enter? There's no point. There's no momentum in chop. But yeah, going back to the Tesla topic, it could become part of the thing, but I think if it can get in the S&P 500 first, that would be the first step, and then might be able to be considered to become a FANG stock. But they still have a long way to go, because what they're trading at is kind of ridiculous. Their valuation does not make sense. They need to have better sales and better revenues before they trade like this, at least. Because most of their profits came from just government paying them money, because they're building electric cars, better for the environment, like government subsidies and like all that stuff. And so if your profits are coming from the government just giving you like little rebates, and not actually from you selling your cars or you selling anything else, then how long can that go on for? And sure, if Tesla ever decides to create cheaper cars, like say enter like the mass markets of competing with just Hondas and Toyotas, right? And you're charging a lot less, like in the same price range as them, then yeah, then it could become very huge. But Tesla is not at the stage where they can lower their costs at the moment. They're still in that luxury space. But Elon did say a long time ago that his goal is to make affordable Teslas. So we'll see if that comes along. Because if they're able to mass produce those cars and have a nice, like, have them everywhere, just like you see like Honda Civics or Toyota Camrys or Honda Accords, all that, because like those cars are the most popular and you see them the most on the roads as well because their reliability and everything, but their price point as well, right? So if Tesla can enter that market, that'll be huge for them because their cars also track data. They see how people drive, they see how the roads are, so they're also a data company. And that data is very valuable, especially for the autonomous drive that they are going for, and so like every other car company. So having that data on the road faster than anyone else, that's going to be a big game changer for them. But yeah, going back to this, right? So if we see, like I said, if we're in the chop zone, essentially, we're in the same range, going back and forth, we got an alert, but we didn't take it. Why? Because again, we were in the chop, and guess what? It reversed on us. We do not trade the chop. I never will trade the chop. I hate it with a passion. Literally hate it. That's one of the reasons I lost a little bit today, right? It was still choppy. I was looking for that breakout, but to the tick, I got filled right there. But no worries, right? We'll get it back. I have no doubt about that. That's why I only took one contract as well, because I knew it was a higher risk play. Lower risk play, 2-3 contracts, maybe 4, but higher risk, just do 1 because we had to test it out. So Apple's a huge company, man. I love Apple. Like each one of their products can just be their own separate business if they wanted to. Like AirPods itself could be their own business because they bring in so much money. And their profit margins are pretty good as well. I think their profit margins on the AirPod itself are like 35-40%. And that's pretty good for hardware stuff. And tech that always has to be like, you know, new tech's always coming out, so people are continuously buying more. Because if we know Apple, you know how that crowd is, right? They built a little community of people that want that new iPhone every single year or every 2 years. So you're kind of guaranteeing yourself reoccurring customers, which is ideal for any business. So they come out with so many products. So because like, say you have an iPhone, right? Then you see your friends have MacBooks and an iPhone. You're like, oh, you see them messaging from their MacBook. And even this morning, I was on the phone with one of my friends, and he was saying you should just get a MacBook. You can just type from your laptop, and that's tempting to me. But I have my whole trading setup on a PC, so it's like I don't want to shift it over. But if I ever need to get another laptop in the future, then I'll probably get a MacBook because that's one of those features I want. But those tiny features make the biggest difference. It brings them a lot of customers as well. And on top of that, they are good computers. They perform really well as well. But as Apple grows, you saw that they got into the credit card space. So now they have that data that they can track. That's huge. And then you have Apple Pay, another big thing. It's all data, right? Data is very valuable. And the fact that Apple continuously keeps on bringing people back to buy new products, like AirPods 1, AirPods 2, AirPods 3, and you have your Apple Watches. Like, oh, well, my battery's dying on my Apple Watch and I need to get a new one. Or they make it good quality, but then they'll make it so that the glass can break. So like on your cell phone, if you don't have a screen protector or anything, we know that if you drop an iPhone, it has the potential, you know, nice big shatter. So that's one big thing. Whenever that happens, you know, people are like, oh, let me just get a new phone. So it's very smart. Like every single aspect that they do, very smart. NQ, man, just pushing today. And say if we were just going for a quick 2, 3, 5 points just based on the support and resistance levels, we would have got it immediately. We saw each one since the morning, right? So where was 930? 930 was right here. First level, touched it, boom, came back down. Second level, touched it, went right above, but came right back down. Third resistance level, hit it, pulled right back down. Now let's see. So yeah, the two best ways of identifying like a little range or chop zone is one, the first 15 minutes, that range, right? Two, when a stock or futures, you know, higher high, but then lower low as well. That means, you know, both people are in control, both buyers are in control and sellers are in control. So that when that happens, guess what? Comes choppy. When we want nice moves, somebody has to be in control. Either buyers have to be in control, sellers have to be in control. We can't have both. And when we have both, that's when we have this nice little chop. At this point, we're just waiting, man. This would have been a good day to trade the NQ, but I was focusing on the ES. I wanted to trade the ES today. So what's a good scaling plan? I think when you're first starting out, for every 3 to 4K that you make, then you can move a contract up. I think for like, say you're just starting out with like one contract, right? Get your practice in, just make the first 3K, then add your second contract. And then from the second contract to scale up to the third contract, make, you know, about 5K or so, trading 2 contracts. And then after you make that 5K, you can move up to the third contract, because that way you're giving yourself a buffer room, because you might have a little loss, but it's okay. Get to your third contract. Once you're at your third contract, you want to trade 4 contracts. You want to make sure everything's working properly, because you're increasing your risk by a good amount. So, but you're getting a higher reward as well, right? So when you want to trade 4 contracts, I think you should at least have made like 10,000 to 15,000 first. Because after that, that's when you start seeing higher returns all the time. So it's like, but higher losses as well. So you have to keep that in mind. So you want to be able to build that buffer room for yourself, so that, say if you're trading really bad with the 4 contracts, you can drop down to 2 or 3 or 2 or 1, but then you still have your profits in place to back you up. Yeah, but to go from 1 to 2, I would say make at least 3,000. From 2 to 3, make another 3,000. That way you're okay. And then from 3 to 4, give it a little gap, because you need to have that room, just in case that you mess up in the future. So from going to 3 to 4, make at least 10 to 15,000 first. No, but broke out right now. Broke out of that morning range. Obviously, I could have just gone for the breakout, entered right there, a tick above, but we have high resistance here, so we're gonna have to see. Because the trend, overall trend, is still down. You guys have to remember that. We might have a trend reversal happen, because obviously Delta picked up a good amount, but we might be able to continue that downtrend. So getting short around the 200 EMA around 35.10 might be good today. Right now our high delta point is right here. Let's see if we can break through that. We should be able to before we touch the 200 EMA. But that 200 EMA bounce might be a really good play. But the one thing you have to understand when you're going for that, right, is it breaking through, you know, your pivot highs or pivot lows. Is we have that small pivot high right here. So eventually 200 EMA should move down just a little bit, so it might match that pivot high, and that might be a good area, but you just have to give it a couple more minutes. The 200 EMA is a simple way of understanding trend direction, but obviously sometimes it's going to chop right around there. But what I do is to understand trend direction, I actually look at the candles and how the market is as a whole. Like obviously in the beginning I used to draw trend lines, but now after trading for so long, like it's just visual, right? I can just notice it with my eyes, like, hey, we're making lower lows, trend down. So like right around here, so I would have been like, okay, this is a trend to the downside. And yeah, that's even before it hit the EMA. But the 200 EMA is a nice, easy way of knowing what side of the trend you're on, right? It's like, okay, above the 200 EMA, you're going long. Below 200 EMA, you're going short. That's the simplest way to understand what the big trend is at the moment. But obviously, just understanding how to read the charts in general will help you better. Delta is getting a little bit weaker. We might be able to go short. We'll see. We shall see. And with trading, you know, you can't always just depend on one thing, right? When multiple things line up, that's when you know you can have a nice confirmation. That's why 200 EMA, simple way. It's a simple way of understanding what trend it's in. And then just understanding how to read the candles. Second way, it's like, okay, downtrend, higher, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. Okay, trend is shifting to the downside. Boom, it broke below 200 EMA and then just dropped. And right now, even in the ES, right, if you look at the daily charts, we are pretty overextended at the moment. So having a nice down day isn't a bad day for us. We can catch a short move. And Q on the other hand, like, it's been overextended, but it doesn't want to listen. I was pretty much hesitant to trade the NQ this morning because obviously ES, NQ weren't in sync, so I didn't want to get caught in anything. But if you look at the NQ on the 1 minute chart, I'll pull it over. Had some good alerts today, pretty much. Morning we had that little chop, it reversed, and then ever since that reversal, nice little alert. You got quick points, quick points, quick points. 10:47 on the 1 minute charts, we did have that nice alert from NQ, pushed up. Yeah, the overall trend is still up, and so the overall trend is still up, but again, since we are scalping, right, we have to understand what the short-term trend is as well. Lennart, I did make a trade this morning. I tried to go for a short of the breakout of the morning range. It worked against us. Took a small loss. I only traded one contract because I knew it was a higher risk trade. But right now we're just waiting for another move. All right, so it's like made that big push up. Overall trend is still up, right? But short-term trend right now is pretty short, but that's why we have to see. Is this just gonna be one of those nice points where we're just gonna bounce off of our like little trend line? Let's just draw it out. Where is it? Right here, drawing tools. Let's just say we connect the dots here, right? We connected this to this and we just extended that, and that's why it's hitting that nice bounce right there perfectly, right? So overall it is an uptrend, but we have the potential for it to break right through at the moment, since we have been overextended on the daily charts for a while now. So when the daily charts are green for a good amount of days, you will expect like at least one day to just pull back down completely before we continue up. So, and that day might just be today. Which range are you using, Harry? Because obviously with the range charts, it depends on what range you're looking at. One second, guys. I mean, we can, what's the 7 range right now? Because this is still showing like the overall trend, right? For this, the 7 range charts, still up slowly, but we'll have to see. But where's, do I have the Renko charts up at all? Yeah, right here, right? So if you look at the Renko charts, obviously this break is from the break in last night since market open, but long-term trend is bullish. That's very clear, right? If we're going for short-term plays, we have to understand what the trend is right now, like what's happening in this hour. Right, let's see if we can draw this one out. So in the Renko charts, at least, we still have some space for it to come down, but in the regular charts, we saw made a clear connection. Right. So we might have the potential to come back down right now. Till our support level at least. It pretty much bounced off of our trend line perfectly. Some selling pressure. NQ, ES finally lining up. Both are selling off a little bit. We just got an alert on this candle, but just kind of pushing through. Got distracted right there by talking. When both are in sync, that's when you see the good moves happen, and that's exactly what's happening at the moment. Missed that one, guys. Missed that one, man. Because I pulled up my chart too. I was about to get in and then just went away. Hit that first target already. It said it was going to push through. Exactly what it did. We were bouncing off of that resistance, and now I could have made a clean 4 points in that move. But we didn't react fast enough. Right, ES, 5-minute charts, signal right here. I got distracted, so I couldn't get in immediately. And that cost me right there, because it went from 502, first target was 34.9850, went all the way down to 96. If somebody got in, your second target is 34.95. This one pissed me off. That was completely my fault for being distracted. I would have caught that because I was waiting for it too. It broke out of that range too with a nice clear dip. Like, that's what I was saying for a flush, right? When we break out of this morning range, we'll see a nice clean flush. Today just took a while, but even if you just played that morning range, right, from 498, you could have made your quick 2 points. So let's see how strong the sellers can be on this one. Might just take out the sell, like the buyers right here, and then try to push down again. Let's see. Let's see, can we get that push? Second take profit level, guys, is at 95. 34, 95 right here. That's where a lot of buyers are piling up as well. And like I've always said, these profit taking levels also act as their like resistance and support points sometimes. Let's see, can we break it? Or will it act as a nice support area? Lots of buyers piling up, not giving up. And I was waiting for this move too, because I was like, knew it was supposed to come. What's up, Brian? Good morning. Waiting for this, man. I was waiting right there, but just distracted and it cost me. Would have easily brought back whatever I lost and then some too. It's pushing. Hit level 2. It's at support level. It's trying to break right through. NQ is pushing 2, so that's giving us nice support as well. Having everything in sync. Remember, when NQ and ES are in sync, you can tell like it's gonna just pop off either direction whenever. And they finally got in sync right at that candle on NQ, and boom. Guys, it hit take profit level 3 as well. This one today, I'm kind of upset. Because I was waiting for it, man. Because I knew it's like, okay, break above, double top. Okay, it has some resistance. Obviously, still under 200 EMA, still downtrend, like I was saying the whole time. Oh, man. Look at that clean flush. Now I was saying if it breaks out of that morning range, we'll have that clean flush. You got him for a couple points at 34.96. Good job, man. You probably got a nice clean 2 to 3 points at least, right? Level 1, level 2, level 3. Now it's pulling back a little bit. This one's gonna bother me today. It's okay though, it's okay. Exactly what the algo was built for. Just had to get in, didn't react quick enough. Yeah, man, profit's still profit. Remember that. It doesn't matter if it's 2 to 3 points. Even if people got 1 point, that's still a profit. So from 502, 10.5 points. So obviously I would have taken one contract off at level 1 and then the second contract today, since he was pushing that hard. When I see heavy sellers or buyers, depending on which side of the move I'm on, in this case, if I saw heavy sellers stepping in like they were, I would have held till take profit level 3 because I knew it was going to be a quick move, but didn't get in. So let's see what our estimated profit would have been, right? So obviously 502 to that would have been, let's do the math right now. Pull up our nice little calculator. 502 minus 498.50, 3.5 points minus that one tick. So 3.25 times 50, 162 for the first contract, plus the 10.25, right? 10.25 times 50, 512 plus 162.50. We would have been up 675 minus that 200 that we lost. We would have had $400 plus profit today. Yeah, you can get in even if you missed it, but for me personally, right, I don't want to get in the habit of chasing. If I missed it, I have to sit on my hands and not get in. So that's just me personally. So yeah, I could have easily just hit the sell market sell at like, but you know, short at market or whatnot, got in, could have made a couple points, yes, obviously, but I did not want to chase. I got out of that habit, and if me trying to chase these alerts, even though, yeah, I know they work, but that's a bad habit I want to get out of. So that's the cost that I have to pay, that sometimes I miss out on these moves because today I got distracted. That's my fault completely. I'm the only one to blame for that. But tomorrow we'll be back, you know, we'll get it back. And who knows, maybe later in the day I might be able to catch another move. I'm home today. I'll have my screens up. Yeah, man, once you start watching the charts for a long time, you understand exactly when those moves are going to happen. That's why they say you got to put in your hours. I know a lot of like new traders always come in, they just think that, oh, they can beat the market and whatnot, but like they have to understand, like, you have to put in the hours understanding the charts, because you start noticing patterns. It becomes muscle memory at that point. It's like when you go to the gym and you pick something up, or you play basketball after like ages, but you still know how to shoot. Or like you ride a bike after like 10 years, like muscle memory. Same thing happens here. Your eyes start adapting. You're like, oh, wait, I've seen this before. I know exactly what's going to happen. And that's why you guys see me being able to talk everything out even before it happens, right? I said, okay, if it breaks below that certain point, we'll see a clean flush. That's exactly what happened today. Even though it faked me out a little bit, but it ended up doing the same exact thing on the second test. For me, first test is always the best test, but in this case, second test always happen as well, but hey. Yeah, man, one good trade a day is all you need. It'll keep you away from your 9 to 5. So it's just about being patient for that one good trade. That's why when I see all these people like saying, oh, I take like 20 trades a day, they're hyper trading, and I'm like, okay, but like you could have just waited for that one opportunity instead of just continuously getting in the market and just getting burned. But hey, some people, they have their own methods. That's okay. If they're able to profit from it, by all means, go for it. It's only when I say if you're like really messing up, then that's when I give my advice. But if you're profiting, do you. Yeah, we saw how, like I said, our take profit levels act as support and resistance levels as well. So touched it, bounced right off. Now if we pull back, let's see where our resistance level was. In this case, we had the support level right here, that 34.93. And Harry, did you end up getting long today? Because I remember in the morning you said you were going to get long at 34.92. We talked about this too, and I kind of, since I switched over my screen, I didn't notice that. But if you got long, you'd be up about 3 points right now. Is this a good support level? Is NQ, because it's acting the same way, right? Same price range, same movements. Yeah, man, if I just... Yeah, missing that trade's gonna annoy me just for a couple more minutes, and after that I'll get over it. Because it would have been an easy 10 points in 10 minutes. And the only reason like this trade, like missing it out, like kind of annoys me is because like I was watching it and knew it was gonna happen, and then I got distracted and it just ripped right through. But tomorrow, no more distractions. If I see it happening, I'm just gonna shut up completely and just watch it. I'm not gonna continue talking or anything like that. I'll literally just say, I see a move, we'll wait for it, but yeah, no more just talking, right? That's what distracted me today. Lesson learned. This is a perfect bounce off of our support level. Oh man. Now we wait again. I am trying to see if Square and Workhorse, the stocks, can go up. Square, actually gonna be canceling my order. The momentum's gone on that one. Let's see how Workhorse was doing. Yeah, same thing with workhorse. I guess since this big dip, because today starts the first day of that 10K stock trading challenge, and I'll essentially put 10K into an account. I'm going to be trading it to show that we can grow a small account just with some consistent trades, being patient, and just following the algo system. But obviously today, no moves, and I'm only going to be trading 20 stocks. I have a whole nice little list, and just going to be trading those and those only. You missed the up move. Yeah. It happens, man. It's okay. We'll be back. Yeah, man. NQ made a nice reversal today. Because it made that nice push. Right, it was just complete reversal. And then like ES was hesitant. That's why I was very hesitant, because nothing was in sync. And then unfortunately I tried to go short here, didn't work out. But if I placed my stop at the previous, resistance level, then I would have been in the trade for a very long time and could have still made out with the profit, but that's not what I did. And I missed out on the alert, our algo alert right here, which clean flush, 10 points, missed that. But now I know for tomorrow, when I see something, I just need to shut up and just trade and not continue my discussion. So one tip for that, don't have your P&L statement up. Because I know with the brokerages, if you can hide it. Because if you're looking at your P&L continuously, you will try to revenge trade, and then you'll have more losses, and then it'll mess up your mental game even more, right? I highly suggest that don't stare at your P&L. Don't worry about how much you lost that day. Worry about getting proper setups. That's what you're here for. But with the mental, man, just do that practice and then write everything down. I did create a trading journal. I'll make a video, and then I'll link it after that. So I'll make a video later today just explaining what the trading journal is, each aspect of it, and what you can do. And then I'll just give like a Google Drive link. You guys can download it. But over the weekend, I did upload videos about how to use the algo in the short-term time frames. And then I'm going to be uploading how to use the Discord video for all the new people to the Discord, and I'll upload it right on the Discord as well. And a key thing with mental is that if you're hoping for a trade to go to a certain level or a certain point, you shouldn't be hoping. Like, that means if you're hoping, you're guessing. What you should be waiting for is, say, hey, if price comes down to this level, then I'm going to enter here. Price comes up to this level, I'm going to go short here. Or if I'm trading the algo, I'm like, hey, if the algo comes one tick below, I'll enter. One tick higher, I'll enter. Whatever the alert side is. And then you just write it out. If you're like saying, oh, the price might reverse here, price might go here. Like, yeah, I could continuously say that, right? Oh, it can go all the way up here, it can go all the way up here. Like, both my predictions will be right. I could be like, oh, you know what? Yes, in the next 4 years is going to reach 4,000. Oh, or it could reach 2,500. Like, I'd be right either way. But my point here is, to fix your mental, you need to have your confidence back. To have your confidence back, you need to be really sure about what your trading strategy is and how you're going to approach it. For me today, it was supposed to catch the alert, go down, because I knew once the alert comes, I wanted to go short because buyers got weak over here. I knew that. We had that resistance up here. I was looking for it. Unfortunately, I got distracted, but that play I would have been in on. And I noticed like a lot of people, they focus on how much they lost and then they just get into like this little ball of just like, oh, I don't know, maybe, like they get frightened and then they miss out. Oh man, if I just took that trade like I was going to, I would have made a lot of money. And then they like get FOMO and then they try to enter another trade when it's not their right setup, because they think, oh, since I missed that one, this one will work again. And then boom, you get hit, you lose more. So if you have a specific setup, trade that setup, just wait for it. If you back tested it and you saw good results, guess what? You'll see the same results in the real markets with real money. It's just that we have that emotional connection with money, which is very hard to get rid of. But at the end of the day, you gotta understand, it's a piece of paper just used to buy stuff. Everything's material. It's not gonna produce you happiness. It's not gonna do any of that. Like, real things in life that are really important: your health, your family, your friends. So it's like, money is just one of those things that can, hey, you can, yeah, it can help you, you know, go do some activities, go get some nice food or whatever, get some luxuries in life, but you don't need money to be happy, right? Let's see. I might be able to get in a potential short move again if we can get up here. But again, this area was our previous chop zone. We broke through it, but high volume nodes are right over here, so that's something to watch out for. But I think for today, I'm gonna hop off the stream for now, and then I'll still have my trades up. If anything, if I get in a trade or anything, I'll just notify you guys on Discord. But I think I'm about to go take a little break, get some lunch, and then I'll come back to doing some more work on the website a little bit so that the algo can be purchased, and then as well as, you know, making the video for trading journals and all that other stuff that can help you guys out. So hope you guys have a wonderful day and bring in those profits. I'll see you guys tomorrow.